And we continue learning Hachzeik Musar Yomi Chovos Halevavos, a bit of bitachon each and every day. And we're holding on page 191 in the art scroll Chovos Halevavos Sha'ar HaBitachon, in which we now move on to the fifth category where bitachon is relevant, which is in our mitzvahs bein Adam lachaveroi, as Rabbeinu Bachaya is about to explain. Says the Chovos Halevavos, Aval Perish Achelik Chamishi, now explaining the fifth category, which applies to all the different limbs of the body. That when you do a mitzvah, the limbs are benefited. When you do not do a mitzvah, or you do an aveira, the limbs are harmed. Bitstaka, and as well, you have the ability to harm or help someone else. Which is what? Bitstaka v'hamaiser. Like staka and maiser. You have the ability with an action to either give someone something or not. So continues the Chovos Halevavos, as well as v'limud hachachma, teaching Torah, v'tavos b'teva hazer me'ara, telling someone to do something good, telling them to stay away from the bad. U'lashava amana is repaying a debt. U'lahaster aside, keeping secrets. L'daber toiv v'lasas latoiv, speaking kindly and doing kind actions. V'kibud avos, honoring one's parents, inspiring those who are not so righteous, the wicked, to come back to Hashem. I'm telling people to do things which are beneficial for them. And acting compassionately towards them, to the poor and having mercy on them. And to bear insults when someone talks not nicely to you. When someone talks incorrectly to you, encourage them, or frightens one by teaching about reward and punishment. So all the different millions and millions of different actions that one could do between being Adam lachaveroi, l'toiv or l'mutav, to give tzedakah or not, to inspire someone or not, to help someone or not, to not be insulted or not, each and every action that one could do. So where does bitachon, where does ishtadlus come to play in? So explains Rabbeinu Bachaya, often Yosher bitachon bazeh. What is the proper way on relying on the Kadosh Baruch Hu? Shia Adam seifin bilvavai, that a person should hold in his heart. You should hold and you should realize, I'm going to do the right thing. And you choose that I'm going to say something nicely. I'm not going to be insulted. I'm going to give tzedakah. I'm going to encourage the good. And then after you decide and after you choose, what do? You exert effort into performing them. As we have seen, as we saw previously, this is the way to do anything. You think about it, you choose it, you resolve, and then you try to do it. And we explained that was with regard to coming closer to Hashem. And the reason you're doing this is order for Hashem. You're not doing this so I give you tzedakah so you like me. You're not doing this that I help you, that you feel indebted to me. No, you're doing it liknei sheim v'chavod. You're not doing it liknei sheim v'chavod b'neihem, but rather for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And you're not doing it because you hope that they're going to pay you back. And not to be strong and have authority over other people. So you're doing it for the right reasons. You chose to do it, you resolved to do it, you try to do it, now your intention is correctly. So what's next? Then Yiftach Alolikim B'Ashlamas HaMaisa. Then is the bitachon. You have bitachon, you resolve, you rely on Kadosh Baruch Hu that you'll be able to complete that which you want to do. Shekivan Lasoysa Lahem, Kivimashu Reita Bay Menu, in a way that Hashem wants, Acharei Sheyisabi V'Lav, after you invest all the effort into performing it. It continues the Chovos Halevavos. And furthermore, when you're doing such a mitzvah that involves another person, you have to try as much as you can. Not everyone has to know. You don't have to publicize the fact that you're giving this guy tzedakah, or you're helping this guy, or that you did something good. Because the more that it's something that you do is kept a secret, yes, you're getting more reward. More than if someone would know what you're doing. Things, not everything could be kept a secret. So things that people have to know about. Remember the fundamental principles that we previously mentioned. Remember, what's going to ultimately determine whether it's going to be positive or not? What's going to decide the outcome? Whether your action will do a benefit or whether it will hurt someone, it's all up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and it's not up to people at all. And finally, says Rabbeinu Bechai, whenever Hashem gives us the opportunity to do a mitzvah, you should think in your heart, that's such a kindness. Hashem, you're so wonderful that you enabled us, put us in such a situation. Don't rejoice that other people thank you, other people are happy that you did it. And you don't want their honor. Why? Because that's just going to make you have gaiva, that's going to make you haughty, and it's going to detract and move you away from the appropriate kavanah, the right mindset that you're doing it for Hashem, the yafsin ma'aseyu, and it's to diminish that which you are doing, the yabitz charay, and you're going to lose your reward. And we're going to explain this in its own sha'ar. This is going to be Sha'ar HaBitachon when he's going to talk about how the actions have to be done in the utmost purity. But what we're learning here today is that when one is doing something that involves another person, the same mechanics basically that we've discussed previously. You resolve to do what's right, you choose to do what's right, you try to do what's right, with the mindset that you're doing it for Kadosh Baruch Hu, and then you have the bitachon, the reliance that Hashem is the entity that will decide whether it will be positive, whether it will come to fruition or not. And it has absolutely nothing to do with what other people choose. We'll pick up from here in the next year. B'siyata Dishmaya.